Today, we're going to explore 6 amazing and collectible US one-dime coins from different years, coins that may look small, but their history, design, and market value can really surprise you from 1971 to 1981. Each of these Roosevelt dimes has its own unique background. Some coins were minted in huge quantities, but only a few survived in extra fine or fine condition like these. And you will also learn how these coins can become rare and how collectors are paying good money for high-grade pieces. So, stay with me till the end, because I will show you the history behind each dime, the special features and mint marks, and their today's value in the U.S. coin market. If you have any of these dimes in your collection, you might be holding a surprising treasure without even knowing it. So let's begin our journey into the world of American one dime, where every year has a story and every story has value. First, this is a Roosevelt dime, issued in 1980, and this one has a P mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The coin you are seeing is in fine condition, still shiny, and clearly readable, which makes it attractive for collectors. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, introduced as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the leader who helped America through the Great Depression and World War II. Before 1965, U.S. dimes were made of 90% silver, but starting in 1965, the composition changed due to rising silver prices. The 1980 dime is made of 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel. It has diameter 17.91 mm, weight 2.27 grams. Edge readed 1980 was an important year because the P mint mark started appearing regularly on Philadelphia minted coins after 1979. Millions of coins were made for daily use, but fine condition preserved coins like yours are not always easy to find. Today, market big value. Although this coin is common, its value depends on condition, clean strike, and collector demand. Condition. Estimated value USD. Circulated $0.10 to $1. Fine condition $1 to $3. Extra fine uncirculated $5 to $25 plus. Proof certified high grade. $100 plus if there is any mint error, off-center strike, missing edge, double die. The value can go even higher, sometimes $200 plus. Why collectors like this coin? It has a significant historical design. First decade of P mint mark usage. Strong demand among Roosevelt dime collectors. Affordable investment in U.S. coinage history. If you have this coin in uncleaned, naturally preserved condition, do not wash or polish it. Collectors prefer original coins. Next, the 1990 Roosevelt dime is a 10-cent coin from the United States. The letter P mint mark shows that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, one of the largest and most historic mints in the USA. Even though millions of these dimes were made, only well-preserved fine condition pieces are considered collectible today. This coin continues the famous Roosevelt dime series, first issued in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through World War II and introduced many changes for the people. Key features. Front side obverse, portrait of President Roosevelt facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the year 1990. Backside, reverse, a torch symbolizing liberty, an olive branch for peace, and an oak branch representing strength, along with the words United States of America and one dime. Metal composition. Copper nickel, clad coin, not silver. This design has remained almost unchanged for decades. That's why every collector loves the Roosevelt dime series. Today's market value. Now the most important question: what is its price today? The value depends on condition, fine, extra fine, uncirculated, mint mark, rarity, errors, or special varieties. Estimated market price, fine condition. Regular value, $0.50 to $2. If the coin has errors like double die, off-center strike, full band torch, value can increase to $10 to $50 plus. So always check your coin carefully, because a tiny error can turn a normal dime into a valuable treasure, part of a very popular Roosevelt dime series. A 30-plus years old vintage coin. Fine condition coins are getting harder to find. Affordable for new collectors and valuable for future investment if you love collectible coins. This 1990p dime is a great piece to keep in your collection. It is not only a coin, but a part of American history stored in metal. Next, the current U.S. dime, the Roosevelt dime, was first issued in 1946, replacing the earlier Mercury dime, to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, BY 1976. The U.S. Mint had been producing Roosevelt dimes for 30 years. The 1970s were a time of mass circulation, as dime usage remained common for everyday transactions, payphones, vending machines, transit fares, etc. The D Mint mark indicates the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, adding a mint origin detail that collectors pay attention to. 1976 is not a commemorative year for the dime, but decades later, coins from the 1970s are showing fewer high-quality survivors because many were heavily circulated. Therefore, a 1976 dime in extra fine condition becomes interesting for collectors who prioritize preservation and visual quality. Show high-resolution close-ups of obverse and reverse. Obverse front features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing right as designed by John Arsenic, inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1976 to the right. Small d, mint mark below the date, marking it as a Denver Mint coin. Reverse back displays a torch flanked by an olive branch left and an oak branch right, inscriptions United States of America above, one dime below, and E pluribus unum to the left of the torch. Physical specifications: metal composition, clad outer layers of copper nickel, inner core of pure copper. Weight 2.268 grams. Diameter 17.91 millimeters. Edge. Read: these specifications have remained the same since the clad coinage, making 1976 dimes functionally the same as modern ones, though condition and preservation determine collector value. Show comparison: worn dime versus extra fine dime side by side. When we say the 1976 D dime is in extra fine condition, it means the major details: Roosevelt's hair, facial features, torch lines, leaves, and acorns on the reverse remain strong and well-defined. There may be light wear on the highest points, but no major fading or obliteration of design. The coin has good luster, though not full mint luster, and no major scratches, dents, or environmental damage. Edge reads are still visible and consistent. Why does this matter? Because most dimes from the 1970s saw heavy circulation, pocket change, transit fare, vending machines, causing wear, scratches, and loss of luster. An extra fine 1976 dime is therefore relatively rare compared to the many worn, circulated pieces. That rarity combined with condition drives collector interest. That market value. In 2025 current USD. Show overlay table on screen. Here's a rough value guide for a 1976 D Roosevelt dime today, depending on condition and collector demand. Condition grade. Approximate value, USD. Well-worn circulated 10 to 25 cents. Good very fine 25 to 50 cents. Extra fine $1 to $2.50. About uncirculated $2.50 to $5. Uncirculated $5 to $12. Choice uncirculated $12 to $25. Gem uncirculated very rare, $30.00. $60.00 plus. Since your coin is extra fine, the realistic market value would be around $1 to $2.50 USD. If the coin shows stronger luster and minimal wear, it might fetch a little above that. Note prices fluctuate based on demand, collector interest, and overall coin market trends. Why collectors still buy common years like 1976 D. For many collectors, building a complete run of Roosevelt dimes by date and mint mark is a goal. 1976 D is one piece in that puzzle. Extra fine or higher grade coins serve as reference quality specimens in collections. Low value coins, face value or near, are easy entry points for new collectors building their sets over time. As coins wear or get lost, survivors with good condition become rarer, raising their relative value. In uncertain economic times, coins with historical connection and preserved condition become appealing to long-term investors. Next, the Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the leader who fought polio and helped establish the March of Dimes charity program in 1975. The U.S. Mint continued regular production of the Roosevelt dime, no special designs this year, because the big coin celebration was coming next year, 1976, for the 200th anniversary of the United States. The 1975 dime is made from the same metal as modern dimes, copper-nickel clad, so these coins were made for every day. Circulation. Even though millions were minted, finding a coin from 1975 in extra fine condition after 50 years is not easy, because most of them were used heavily in shops, vending machines, and transportation. Show obverse and reverse close-ups. Obverse front features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. Inscriptions: Liberty, Indiana, God we trust. Date: 1975. The mint mark, small letter, is found beside the date. Laughing face equals Denver. S equals San Francisco. Proof coins. No mint mark equals Philadelphia. Reverse, back. Torch in the center representing liberty on the sides. Olive branch equals peace. Oak branch equals strength. Writings: United States of America. One dime e pluribus unum. Specifications: composition, copper-nickel clad, weight 2.268 grams. Diameter 17.91 millimeters. Edge reeded. What is extra fine condition? Show grading scale chart. Good, fine, extra fine. Mint state: extra fine or XF means most of Roosevelt's hairlines are visible. Light wear only on the highest points. Torch flame and branch details are still sharp. Surface still shows some natural shine. No major dents, corrosion, or scratches. This makes the coin much better than average pocket change. Collectors love grade XF coins because they still show the original design clearly and look almost like uncirculated coins. Current market value, USD. Condition: estimated value. Very worn, circulated 10 to 20 cents. Fine condition 20 to 40 cents. Extra fine $1 to $2.50. Almost uncirculated $2.50 to $5. Uncirculated $5 to $12. High grade $12 to $30 plus. Rare mid-era pieces $50, hundreds plus. So your 1975 dime in extra fine condition can sell around $1 to $2.50, depending on eye appeal, shine, and clean surfaces. Era coins from 1975, like double die, off-center strike, or wrong planchet, may be very valuable in auctions. Why collectors want 1975 dimes? It's now 50 years old, a half-century of history. Hard to find original detail after decades of circulation. Completes the full Roosevelt dime collection. Good entry-level coin for new collectors. Extra fine grade means future value can increase if well preserved. Coins may be common by mintage, but rare by condition. That's what makes collectors pay more. Next, the Roosevelt dime series began in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1975, the U.S. Mint was producing copper-nickel clad coins for everyday usage. Millions of 1975 dimes entered circulation, so finding one without damage and with strong details is getting harder every year. This coin does not have any special commemorative design, but coins from the 70s that survive in high grades are becoming collector favorites. Design details show obverse and reverse close-ups. Obverse front, portrait of Roosevelt, words, Liberty, in God we trust. Date, 1975. If there is no mint mark, it belongs to the Philadelphia Mint. Reverse, back torch in the center, symbol of liberty. Olive branch, peace, on left. Oak branch, strength, on right. Words, United States of America. E pluribus unum, one dime. Specifications: metal, copper-nickel clad. Weight, 2.268 g. Diameter, 17.91 millimeters. Edge reeded. What is extra fine? Comparison: visual worn versus XF coin. Details remain sharp. Hairlines, torch details, and leaves are clearly visible. Only light wear on highest points. No heavy scratches, dents, or tarnish. Very nice eye appeal for collectors. This is why collectors pay more for coins like this. Market value. Today's estimate. Great condition value, USD. Circulated/worn 10 to 30 cents. Extra fine $1 to $3. About uncirculated $3 to $6. Uncirculated $6 to $18. Gem grades $20 to $45 plus. Your XF 1975 dime can be worth about $1 to $3. Higher grade equals higher profit. Why collectors like this coin? Needed for complete Roosevelt dime set. 1970s high-grade survivors are getting harder to find, perfect for beginners investing in American coin history. Small cost, long-term collectible AP. Thanks for watching. Do you have a 1975 dime in good condition? Show us in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss new videos about coin history and market prices. See you in the next one. Happy collecting USA. 1 dime 1981. D extra fine condition rare coin value review. Show clean 1981. D dime under light. Host welcome back coin enthusiasts. Today we review an amazing small but valuable collectible, the 1981 United States Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark from Denver. This coin is in extra fine condition, which makes it much better than a normal circulated piece. Let's uncover why. History and background. Produced at the Denver Mint in 1981. Mint mark D under the date. Millions minted, but most were heavily circulated. Extra fine pieces are harder to find today. The design honors President Roosevelt for his role in founding the March of Dimes and his fight against polio. Coins from the early 1980s are now 40-plus years old, and high-grade examples are gaining collector demand. Design details. Obverse Roosevelt facing right. Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, year 1981. Small D mint mark Denver below the date. Reverse, torch with olive and oak branches. Symbol of liberty, peace, and strength. United States of America E pluribus unum, 1 dime coin specs. Metal, copper nickel clad. Diameter, 17.91 millimeters. Weight, 2.268 g. Edge reeded. What makes condition special? Mark features with arrows and video. Detailed hair texture on Roosevelt. Torch lines still visible. Leaves and acorns sharp. Very few scratches, no major damage. Full rims and clear lettering. Collectors pay extra for coins that still show original sharp details. Market value, today's price range. Condition, approximate value. Circulated worn 10 to 25 cents. Extra fine $1 to $2.50. About uncirculated, $2.50 to $5. Mint state $5 to $12. High grade MS65 plus, $20 to $45 plus. If your 1981 D dime is clean, shiny, and detailed, it can bring $1 to $2.50 USD in the collector market today. Why is this coin becoming popular? 1980s coins are moving from pocket change to collectible age. Young collectors love completing date plus mint mark sets. Extra fine examples survive in much smaller numbers. More value growth expected in future. Next, the dime you see. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor former President Franklin D. Roosevelt and has been a mainstay of U.S. coinage ever since. By 1971, the U.S. Mint was producing Roosevelt dimes in large numbers. The 1971 D dime was struck at the Denver Mint. Importantly, since 1965, U.S. dimes no longer contained silver. The dime became a clad coin comprised of a copper-nickel sandwich over a copper core. That clad switch marked a major shift in U.S. coinage, and 1971 is squarely part of that clad coin ERASO. While 1971 isn't a silver dime year, the coin's age, mint mark, and condition can still make it interesting, especially if it survived decades without heavy wear. Display high-quality images of obverse and reverse, and highlight features with arrows/text. On screen, obverse, front side, features a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by engraver John R. Sinek at rarest.org+1. Inscriptions, Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the year, 1971. The D mint mark appears just below the date, marking its origin from the Denver Mint at USA Coin Book +1. Reverse, backside, depicts a torch, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch, peace, and an oak branch, strength and independence. Also a design by John R. Sinek at rarest.org+1. Inscriptions, United States of America e pluribus unum, and 1 dime. Physical details. Metal. Clad 91.67% copper plus 8.33% nickel over a pure copper core. USA coin book plus 1 diameter. 17.91 mm. Weight. 2.27 grams. Rarest.org plus 1 edge. Read it. These specs are consistent across all Roosevelt dimes minted after 1965. What extra fine condition means and why it matters. Split screen. Worn 1970s dime versus well-preserved extra fine 1971 D dime. When we say the coin is in extra fine condition, it means most of the major design elements remain sharp and well-defined. Roosevelt's portrait torch lines, olive/oak leaves, lettering, etc. only light wear on the highest surfaces, like hair, cheek torch, not heavy wear or flattening. The coin retains some of its original detail depth and appeal, though it may lack full mint luster. Why is this important? Because these coins circulated heavily, used in payphones, vending machines, public transit, everyday purchases. Many coins got scratched, dented, lose detail, or become darkened over decades. Consequently, every well-preserved, sharp, clean, extra fine, or higher grade 1971 D dime becomes increasingly rare compared to the general bulk of circulated change. For collectors assembling date and mint mark sets, such coins offer quality representation for the year/mint without needing to hunt down expensive uncirculated or proof dimes that market value today. As of 2025, show on-screen value chart while narrating. Based on recent price guides and numismatic market data, here's an approximate value range for a 1971 D Roosevelt dime under different conditions. Condition grade approximate value USD. Circulated, heavily worn. Face value 10 cents to 30 cents. Good to very fine 30 to 70 cents. Fine to very fine 70 cents to $1.20. Extra fine, the coin like ours $1.00, $2.50. About uncirculated $2.50 to $5. Uncirculated mint state $4 to $12. Choice uncirculated $12 to $30 plus. Gem uncirculated high grade or certified full bands variety $50, $100 plus. For rare, flawless specimens, coin value checker +2. Full band variety refers to fully defined horizontal bands on the torch, a detail that many serious collectors look for. FB dimes often demand premium prices. Coin identifier +1. Because your dime is extra fine condition, the realistic market value would likely be around $1 to $50 if sold to a typical collector or second-hand buyer. If conditions are exceptional, strong strike, clean surfaces, it might fetch a bit more. Why some common coins still matter to collectors. Overlay montage. Coin albums, complete dime sets, coin rolls, close-up of neat 1971 dimes. You might wonder, why bother collecting a 1971 dime when it's common? Here's why many collectors still value such coins. Completing date and mint mark sets. For full Roosevelt dimes set by year and mint mark, 1971 D is a necessary piece. Quality representation. An extra fine or higher coin becomes a reference quality piece, good for display, comparison, or educational use. Rarity of high-grade survivors. As decades pass, most circulated coins degrade. Coins that remain sharp and well-preserved become rarer relative to the total minted population. That low-cost entry compared to rare silver or bullion coins. 1970s clad coins are inexpensive to acquire, making them accessible for beginners or budget collectors. Potential for future value as fewer good condition specimens remain. Demand can increase, especially among collectors looking for quality date/mint mark completions. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 1971 D Roosevelt dime in extra fine condition. Whether you already own this coin or just found a random 1971 dime in your change, now you know what makes it special, how to spot a good specimen, and what it could be worth today. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more coin history, market values, and rare coin features. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story. See you in the next video.